Hi everyone, welcome to the Lights Camera Rant YouTube page. Now, this is the first time I've ever tried to attempt this type of thing, so definitely bear with me because I thought it was about time to start into the venture of going into YouTube. Obviously right now, Lights Camera Rant is on Anchor, Spotify, Amazon, Apple, a streaming podcast that comes out every Tuesday morning where we talk about the latest in movies, TV shows, and video games, full of ranting, raving, and reviewing. The three R's, the three good R's. So I thought I would eventually venture out into YouTube and bring you my first game review, which is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I would like to say thank you very much for joining with me today, and I hope you'll bear with me, because as I said, first full crack at this. Now, the reason why I started with Guardians of the Galaxy is I thought, this was such an awesome game. It defined a lot of expectations for myself due to the fact that, last year we got the Marvel's Avengers, which was just poor. It was just awful on so many levels. Like, it's still playable now. I sunk a lot of hours into it, but I was like, this did not meet any expectations at all. It was all just, this is really repetitive and uninteresting, really. The best thing about the whole thing was the story. And that's it. That is the whole thing, is the story of the game. Everything else just falls apart at the seam, and it really shows through. So going to Guardians of the Galaxy, obviously made by the same people, there was going to be a lot of worry of the fact that it might be exactly the same, which absolutely not. Like, this blew everything out of the water, and we're going to dive in and see why. So first things first, so let's meet the team. So obviously we've got Gamora, we've got Star-Lord, we've got Rocket, we've got Groot, and we've got Drax. So we've got the original team of Guardians of the Galaxy, and this particular game has no tie-in with the MCU. So this is a full, fresh story on the Guardians of the Galaxy. So there's little Easter eggs here and there of the MCU, but it's completely a fresh take, full story, nothing. So obviously this game starts off with the fact that you wake up as Star-Lord, you do have the flashback, bingo. So you get a flashback of him as he was a kid, and the fact with his mother, and how he got the name Star-Lord, which in this particular version is that Star-Lord is actually a band. It's an 80s heavy metal band, and they do multiple songs for this game, and the soundtrack is on point for this entire game. Like, when you do the team-ups, which I'll explain later, is just fantastic. And I loved it. For myself, who was big like AC/DC, Metallica, Alice Cooper, Judas Priest, all of them 80s heavy metal bands, this just speaks to me. I loved every moment of it, and I love the soundtrack, which I listen on repeat. And the fact this band called Star-Lord just hit that spot 110%. So you find out in this version the fact that that's how he got his name, Star-Lord, and then we cut to him waking up on the Milano with Drax right in front of his face, which they're going into the quarantine zone to find a monster to gain some money. Perfect Guardians of the Galaxy style. So which we can see in the gameplay. So this gameplay is very first at the very start, the very first mission, which we do go through, which, at the very start of this game, it's stunning. This is the positive of the game, is that it's very clear and very vibrant colors, and it does come through. And you do see it, and there's a lot of visual points. You do see when Star-Lord's looking over, and the fact is it looks really good. And the combat is a lot of fun as well. So when you go to the start of the mission, obviously you haven't got as many options as you can see in the gameplay, because this is New Game Plus, which obviously when you finish the game, New Game Plus, you can all go your things all across. So this is what I mean. So this is the first time doing a video game review. So there was a lot of trial and error trying to make this video and doing the gameplay, because funny enough, it was me trying to figure out which media type to best use as well, which unfortunately, which I will tell you really funny, is the fact I did all this gameplay and I thought, yes, got it, let's get it uploaded into LumaFusion and let's start editing it, and then realize the fact it's in a WebM file. And I was like, what the hell is a WebM file? And little did I know, it doesn't work. It's not compatible with iPad or anything like that unless you get a converter. So that was my first trial, so I had to go back and play this all again, which is footage you're seeing right now. So what you can still see is the fact there's a lot of combat going on, and the fact is that you can lock on a normal style onto any enemy, as well as you have a similar advisor, similar to if you played Arkham Knight or any Batman Arkham games, where you go into detective mode. Similar thing. Which you do see is that obviously you can zoom in things, see what details and particular objects, relics, or anything special, which you can find with a good indicator. Which you can see in this very at the start. You can see both a little digit of Star-Lord and Rocket Raccoon, which they're doing a little bet trying to kill all these bug hives that, all these little bug things. Anything like that just reminds you of like the Mummy. But as you can see, the combat's very smooth. I had no problems with the combat. I loved it. I do love the fact that on the comms, the team's always talking to each other as you go through the story, and it's perfect Guardians of the Galaxy style. They hang shit on each other, they laugh at each other, or they pick on each other. It's really good. In Star-Lord, in this game, you're basically in the middle and you're trying to mediate the entire situation so this team doesn't go. Which in this game actually, which I didn't know when I first picked this up, because I only watched the first trailer because I didn't want to spoil too much, is that it's actually very like story-based. So this actually, during the stories, you do get options to, do you go in this direction, or do you take this option? Do you hide this, or do you lie? Which obviously creates a narrative throughout the story, or your options, which when you do make the choice, in the top right-hand corner, it does tell you what choice you made and how it does affect the game, which you do find later down the track, because every situation just has a ripple effect on everything coming up, and which it really does. So the overall story, fantastic. Loved it. Loved all the characters that do appear. There's if you're really into the comics, it does delve straight into that. So there's a lot of references, a lot of people who do rock up Australian for a little bit or for multiple times throughout the game. What we also do see is that what's really cool is that you can do this thing called Team Huddle. So obviously when you're doing combat, you have the bar on the bottom right hand corner, which you build momentum basically. Each more kill you do or little thing you do, and you can do a team huddle, which they all come together, and you go try and spar them in the perfect Star-Lord fashion. You're like, gotta get the team ready, gotta get pumped. And obviously the trick is the fact that if you say the right thing, whole team gets boosted momentum, and you can use specials as long as you want. And if you don't do the right thing, you say that special momentum only goes to you, which is still alright. You still get the bonus from it. But the cool thing is the fact that when you do these team moments, is that the soundtrack, you hear an 80s song kicks in. So it's a lot, it turns into a fighting montage thing, which is a lot of fun, I must admit. But overall, this game, as you can see from the gameplay coming through, is the fact it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I didn't have many issues with the game. Story was great, graphics are great, and story is great. So all three across to me, it was just an awesome Marvel fan experience, I must admit. I recommend any Marvel fan to play this game. Don't play Marvel's Avengers, play this one. This is a lot better overall. So it's fantastic. What I will say, one of the negatives in this, I did find that, it's funny enough, I've recently actually started playing the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition, which had a lot of glitches when it first launched. But funny enough, I haven't experienced anything at the moment. However, in this game, I did find a few game crushing glitches that made it a little bit difficult to try and get to this ledge or try and get the next cutscene. So sometimes I did have to reload the last checkpoint, which was really frustrating, especially if I found anything. I'm like, shit. But besides that, I didn't have much to say that I didn't like about the game. There was a lot of fun. It was just those glitches. There were a couple of points in the game I did think, all right, this is the ending. Oh no, we have another mission. This is the ending. Oh no, this is another mission. So this gives you, it's actually a long a good 15 hours solid gameplay kind of story. So they give you it's a decent story, not like Call of Duty where you're like, done, that was really quick, straight into multiplayer. This is a perfect narrative and a good example of how to do a Marvel game right. And everyone loves it. All the reviews are fantastic. My review right now is it's fantastic. So definitely go pick this up. This is a great option and you will not be disappointed if you're a Marvel fan. So to me, graphics, 100% positive win. Story, 100% positive win. And gameplay, also win. Negative, you might find some game-breaking glitches which will affect you. You have to load the last checkpoint, which can get frustrating because there actually is more than just 1 or 2. I'm talking about 9 or 10 throughout the gameplay. But yeah, that's my whole review of Guardians of the Galaxy. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you joining me today for this video and me stumbling and me trying to do this for the very first time. So I do very appreciate it. And guys, look, this is not going to be the last one. I do have multiple videos in the works that will be coming out. And definitely come and join with me every Tuesday morning for Lights Camera Rant Podcast, which as I said, Anchor, Spotify, all the top streaming services where I talk about all this, obviously also in the video games. So these video game reviews also will be launched onto there as well, audio version. And yeah, guys, until next time, happy ranting.